Okay, in today's lesson, we're going to look at purchasing decisions, and we'll be using unit rates, discounts, rebates, various different ways of looking at when you're buying certain items, what's the best decision to make so that you're using your money wisely and not spending more than what is needed for each item. All right, today's date is the 6th, or for tomorrow. We'll start on page 77. This is going right after simple interest and compound interest. Once you get that into your table of contents, please turn to that page and we'll go ahead and get started with purchasing decisions. Okay, and purchasing decisions is basically making a decision on what you need to buy based on the cost. The first thing we need to talk about is unit price. And unit means we're looking for the one unit that is given with whatever price that you are given, or an amount, a quantity, and then looking for a unit price. I have the first example is if you were going to buy a dozen roses and it costs you $36 to buy a dozen roses, what would be the cost per rose? So price per rose is what we're looking for. The first thing we need to understand is that dozen roses is 12. Okay. This price per rose is telling you that we're putting our cost over our item. So our cost over the rose. Okay. To set this up, we have $36 for 12 roses, because 12 is a dozen. And we want to know how much it is for one rose. All right. Cover that up real quick so you're not writing that. All right, so basically you would cross multiply and then divide by the third number. So obviously you can see we're going to divide 36 by the 12 to get the cost for one. The cost for one rose, 12 divided into 36, is $3 for one rose. So over here we have our cost, $3 for the one rose. So one rose equals $3. Well, what if you were not wanting to pay $36 and another store had a sale going or a special going, and it says that they're selling 2 dozen roses for $54? All right, so 2 dozen roses is 24 roses, and then you're still putting the cost over the rose. So you're having 54 over 24, and you're looking for the cost of one. You're seeing if it's a better buy, okay? Because you think maybe $36 is too much for 1 dozen. So when you do your cross multiplication and divide by the third number, or you take 54 and you divide it by 24, you get $2.25 for one rose. Okay, so for one rose, for this other store is going to be $2.25. So which is the better buy? You make that decision. We'll talk about it when we get into class. So the first one, we have 36 dollars for 12 roses, or 1 dozen. Okay, when we divided, we got $3 for one. The second store had a sale or a special going on for $54 for 2 dozen roses. And we found out that it is $2.25 for one. And so we needed to figure out which is the better buy. Once you get that, turn to the next page. And discounts. Discounts happen at all stores. It's specials, 30% off, 40% off, 15% off. You are able to do percent of a number through this. So if we go and we're looking at for some Nike shoes, and say at Foot Locker, maybe they have a pair of Nike shoes that are $89.99, but they're selling them for 30% off. Using percent of a number, you change the percent to a decimal. So 30% changes to 0.3 or 0.30. Of means to multiply, and then of that number is going to be $89.99. We're going to eventually just round this to $90. So 30 0.30 times the 89.99 ends up being 26 point, it says 9998 something something something. So we rounded it to 99 cents. And then we're rounding that to $27 because we're right around our number anyways. So when we round 89.99 to $90 and 26.99 to $27, and we want to do the percent off. Off means to subtract. We get $63 for this pair of shoes. Okay, well, what if at the Nike outlet they have the same pair of shoes and they are selling it for $79.99 with a $15 off coupon? Okay, so now this is different. This isn't a percentage off. This is just a straight up $15 off as a coupon. So we take our $79.99 and we're going to subtract $15 from it. I went ahead and rounded it to $80 and we have $15 off. Well, 80 minus the 15 is $65. Okay, so you got to ask yourself, which pair of shoes do you want? Would you rather pay $63 for this pair of shoes or $65 for this pair of shoes? Also take into consideration, do you have to travel to the outlet? Are you going to pay that money in gas anyways? So there's a lot of variables that can go into deciding if you want to buy a certain pair of shoes. This was a $2 difference. Okay, so but one is cheaper than the other. So which pair of shoes would you buy? The last thing I want to talk about real quick is rebates. Rebates is just like a discount, except a rebate is not done right away. Rebates you have to mail in. So if I say you have a rebate of $50 off of something, then you're going to take that $50 and you're going to subtract it from your cost, but you have to mail that in order to get your $50 back. Okay, so a lot of people I typically don't like rebates because one, I forget to mail it in sometimes, so I don't usually get my money back anyways. I would just rather have the coupon right then and there so that I can save that money right when it's happening instead of having to wait for my money to come back. But a rebate is good because it is giving you money back. You just always typically have to mail that in to get it back. So a rebate is like a discount, except it's not done right away. It's later. All right, we're going to do a lot of examples, doing various things, using various different methods in class tomorrow, so be prepared. It's going to be quite a fun thing. I might even throw in some tackies in the scenario.